All right, welcome back, you guys, to another beer review here at Thomas Opent. We're doing an English review because I'm joined with my American brothers from NerdSense, being
Hi, I'm Sean.
and
I'm Mike.
I'm Mike. Guys, welcome to this review. Stoked you guys are here to join me. We're doing this because a while ago on your channel we did another beer from this brewery, and now we're following it up with a different version of it. I'm not having it in screen, so I'm just doing this.
There we go.
It's got the Weihenstephaner Kristall Weissbier, which is actually a suggestion by Mike. So, Mike, can you tell us a little bit about the style?
Yeah, I actually wasn't aware this necessarily was a style because I'm not super well versed, to be honest. But I looked it up earlier, and it's a Kristall Weissen. It's a filtered version of a Hefeweizen, showcasing a bright and clear body that ranges from pale straw to light amber in color. Overall character will be cleaner and softer on the palate, and the typical banana and phenols will be more subtle.
Yeah.
Having had to be past, I kind of get what they're going for here.
So it's not just the Hefeweizen filtered. It's definitely a different style.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's basically both, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a filtered Hefeweizen to me is no longer a Hefeweizen. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
That cloudiness, the mouthfeel, all those things that is a major part of the experience of drinking Hefeweizen, to me anyway.
Absolutely. You need that. You need those phenolics that you mentioned, those banana esters, the fruity esters from the yeast. That is what makes it a Hefe is yeast.
Right.
There you go. Yeah. So basically, yeah, Hefe that's the German word for yeast. So there you go.
Yes.
You guys want to add anything to this, or are you guys just ready to pop open this 500 milliliter bottle of goodness?
I'm just excited to be here. Let's pop it open.
Let's go for the shit.
I'm excited to do this because this is something Thomas and I talked about a long time ago. Just in general, like we had a long conversation just about Weihenstephaner.
Oh yeah.
And obviously, like Sean is pretty much my brother, so
he is. Yep. Your brother from another mother.
And I got the 500 milliliter this time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I'm gonna have to do the tappy thing because my glassware lately is freaking horrible.
I must have snuck into your house and washed your dishes for you.
Probably, you son of a bitch. And you didn't even give me a kiss. There you go. I'm disappointed. Just a quick picture for the social media bullshit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same. Because that's the perfect pour. I'm not going to be able to replicate that one.
Right? This is just beautiful. So how often have you guys had this beer?
I probably had it a half dozen times.
Yeah, out of all of the Weihenstephaner beers, this is probably the one I've had the least, though. Just because I don't see it as often, or it's only popped up recently. So it's usually the regular Weiss, the original, the Dunkel for sure, Corbinian. Yeah, this is probably the least of them. I probably had this a handful of times.
I'm pretty sure I've had it before, like years and years and years ago. But most of the time when I buy, just like you said, Sean, when I buy Weihenstephaner, it's their normal Hefeweizen. That's like a go-to beer for the summer. And yeah, during the autumn days, I will definitely get a lot of Vitas and Corbinian. Those are some of my favorite autumn sippers. They are awesome. So let's go to this beer then. When you look at that, I mean, come on. It really doesn't get more German looking than this, does it?
Oh my goodness. And the glass just makes it so much better.
I know. And that like they say crystal, right? But look at that. That is literally crystal clear.
Yeah. It's magnificent. Like just the way that you can, when the light hits the bottom of like you can't see what I'm doing it now, but like the way the light hits the bottom of the head is just like this. It just looks like something's just floating there. Like it's just still.
Right. It's one of those beers where you can really look up and see that head, see the bottom of it. You see all the little bubbles there. It's got good carbonation as well, by the way.
It's, man.
It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
When you're seeing the carbonation rise with the glass, it just looks so pretty.
Yeah. I want to have that last bit of there, which is interesting because every time I pour a any beer by Weihenstephaner, I always know I'm going to get that cloudiness going on, and that's not happening right now. So I'm a little bit confused. Like, what is this? But yeah, no, I am deeply, deeply, deeply in love with this beer already.
Yeah,
that's just beautiful. And yeah, let's. I'm gonna see what she does on the nose. I'm just gonna dive in. So that's interesting.
It's much
because
cleaner.
but the banana and the phenols have not died down. They're still way up in there, you know?
Exactly. That was my first interesting comment. Like when you just said this is still so full on banana and clove.
But it also just has that, like, I don't know, maybe it's just my brain seeing that this is clear, but it just seems cleaner, like more elegant.
I agree.
Smell.
I totally agree. It has sorry, yeah.
I said like that really like a huge yeast note isn't quite there, but it hasn't lost the fruitiness at all. You know, it's weird.
For me, it's not as if the fruitiness and those esters have died down, but maybe because it's a bit cleaner, the bready malty base just has a much more oomph, like that warm bread right out of the oven where you still get everything. You get the malts, you get the yeast. Even though this is filtered, you still get that yeasty, warm yeast breadiness going on.
Yep. And this is the same ABV as the regular too. So it's both are 5.4%.
Yeah. I think that's one of the, for some weird reason, a lot of their beers are 5.4%, I believe.
Except for Corbinian and Vetus, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of odd, but you know, I'm okay.
Yep.
Give me that 0.4% extra. I'm fine. This is just, I could smell this all day.
I know.
I could smell this like.
Yeah, it has a very bright, very fruity kind of character. It does have that sort of like biscuity malt that almost like, you know, that bakery style kind of a nose. But you know, but like not sourdough, but something like that. You know what I mean? You're almost getting like something in there that isn't quite just like a white bread, you know?
Yep.
No, but I get that because that's probably that wheaty character, because wheat to me always has this sort of soft astringency to it.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That's probably that sourdough part that you're talking about.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it smells awesome.
Always this level of funk. It does.
Oh,
yeah, I think, Sean, I think you're right. I think sometimes with the old world style beers, there is almost a little bit of funk in all of them that you don't get in kind of the new world American stuff all the time, you know?
Yeah, I'd have to. It could just be because I'm sure the yeast strain has just been going forever, right? It's constantly going and going and going. And like the older stuff was probably, I assume, I don't know if this is still like, is it open fermented still? Like in a sense, not like open fermentation to make it like sour, but like, is it still kind of open to the elements to where it could get a little bit of that?
I don't know.
Well, I would imagine probably not over to make consistency. Yeah. This is a beer that is available worldwide.
Yeah, good point.
But the thing is that the yeast would have transformed over the centuries. You know, this brewery's been around for like 1,000 years. You know.
What was it again? Wasn't it? Yeah, 1040. So in 19 years, it's going to celebrate its first millennium. There you go.
There we go.
All right. So in 19 years, what we need to do is we need to have a giant live stream and drink all of them.
Oh, that would be amazing. But maybe by then technology will have caught up and we can do it as a hologram and we can actually sort of physically be together without like a holodeck Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
What?
So I'll be dead by then. So you're gonna have to get that from me.
No. Yeah, well then you know we'll get you back. Technology will do it. Yeah. It's gonna be fine.
Fair enough.
Oh, I need to dive in, guys. I need to drink this. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
That is, first off, what I really want to point out, at least I took this out of the refrigerator about 30 minutes ago.
Same.
Perfect temperature.
I had about 20. Yeah, mine's pretty good.
This is a great temperature. It's still cold enough to be, you know, that thirst quenching cold, but it also really lets the flavor come out a lot more. This is You guys go first.
It's exquisite is really kind of what it boils down to.
Yeah.
It's got this, like it has the characteristics of the regular hef, but it's also just like I said on the nose, like it's more elegant. It's more, there's something
Clean.
about it. It's clean. Yeah. And it just kind of finishes off like very, very clean. And there's really no aftertaste after like you let it kind of dissipate, but it has the banana, it has the cloviness, but it's all there, but just in a little bit, and not even in a muted way. It's just in a more refined way.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. Because
Absolutely.
I was thinking when I took a sip, I was at first when it hits your tongue, because the nose is so banana, clovey, very, very, very up in your grill. When it hits up, I was like, wow, it's not quite there in that type of level, but it is there in perfect levels. It is very refined. It has a nice malt character, just really crisp, beautiful mouthfeel. And even though it's carbonated very well, it is still soft on the mouth. It's a very, very beautiful beer.
There is when you see the bubbles. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is, when I look at the bubbles coming up, this seems so aggressively carbonated when you look at it. But when it's on your mouth, when it's in your mouth, when it's on your tongue, I would expect a lot more of that prickly on your tongue, and then the evaporation of the beer where it's gone and there's nothing left and you don't get any finish. This is superbly smooth.
Yeah.
And it goes down a treat. What I'm really surprised about, because I could repeat everything that you guys are saying, because I agree with it, so I'm not going to repeat it. What I'm really surprised about is that because it's so clear, because it's so incredibly crystal clear, I expected it to be thin.
Oh, it's not. It's not.
And it is so fucking gorgeously full on the mouth and creamy. And I've had 10% ABV imperial stouts and barley wines that were less thick than this is.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, like when you take a sip, like as it's going to your mouth, it isn't like thick isn't the word I would use, but once it coats your mouth. It coats your mouth in a way that a lager type beer doesn't. A beer that looks like this doesn't do.
No, exactly.
And yeah, I agree 100%.
So when you see these videos of Oktoberfest in Germany, right? By the way, we're going to make sure that when COVID is over, we're going to have you guys, we're going to have Matt, we're going to have Kyle, we're going to have Keith, we're going to have Joe, we're going to have everybody. You guys come over here. We're going to make sure we get over to Germany. We're going to do real Oktoberfest at some point. We're going to go there. Now, I know that the traditional style for Oktoberfest would be like a Märzen, right?
Yep.
But when I see everybody drinking at Oktoberfest, my head tells me that this is what they're tasting.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
The last Märzen I had, no shit, looked like this, actually. It wasn't amber. It was a blonde kind of a look.
There you go.
And it was excellent. I forget what it was. I did talk to you about it right after I had it, though. But this is what it looked like. It was like a blonde, or not a copper amber type of beer, which is typical of American Oktoberfest Märzen type beers.
Right.
But it was excellent. So, and it did have more like fruity esters rather than that sort of rich, deep malt. It had some character of a Märzen. I don't mean that it wasn't a Märzen, but it definitely was a little more dynamic than what I would have like at a normal American brewery that making Märzen type beers. That's way off course from this, but just give me.
No, but that's no, because I just wanted to ask you, because I don't remember which beer was it again. Because I'd love.
I don't remember. I don't remember. I'll look it up. I sent it to a few people. I'll find it. I'll let you know.
Please do, because that sounds exactly what I want to drink.
Yeah.
To me, this beer. So the way my living room is set up, I've got my TV, got a big ass couch. I've got 2 little coffee tables over there. When I'm drinking this right now, what I'm thinking of is I need a 6-pack of this, and like my favorite person who I want to watch movies with. I want a 6-pack of this, and I want to have like that little table filled with things like tapas, you know what I mean? And some cheese, and some olives, and some cured meats, and some bread, and some spreads, and I want that entire table filled, and I want a 6-pack of this, and my favorite movie.
Yeah, this and a charcuterie would be awesome. I agree with you 100%.
Right? Exactly. and then you just have everything and that's just like that's like perfect date night, like staycation date night thing where you just stay at home and then you do it because it's both incredibly complex and also not, as in it's just super drinkable. You just chuck it away before. I mean, look at our glasses, and especially Mike. Don't take this as a slight or anything, but you're going through this. You've already had more sips than I've had, and I know that I'm a power drinker.
I'm trying to restrain myself.
I know, because this is gone before you're aware of it. Suddenly, you grab the glass and you're like, "Where the fuck is my beer?" It's that
good. It's that flavorful, but it's only 5.4%. So like you could technically pound this and you're going to be fine, right? Like you could have, but like there's so much flavor that you would think this could be maybe a higher ABV beer, but it's not. You're just it's your perfect kind of,
the thing is,
Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing is, this brewery, like, for whatever anyone wants to believe, is allegedly been around for 1,000 years. All right, they've figured a few things out.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And like, beer wasn't meant to be boring, but beer was meant to be drunk. So like they figured out a way to make something that you can actually have a conversation about, but you can also ignore if you wanted to. And honestly, I feel the same way about this. I feel the same way about the Hef. I feel the same way about the Dunkel. Like
even the
beers,
original.
I mean, all those beers, like, you can do that. You can have a conversation about it, but you can also just drink and have a conversation.
Maybe I'm a bit of a snob sometimes, but when it comes to Dunkels, I find that hardly any brewery these days really makes a good Dunkel. I think that they sort of butchered the stuff, but they do. They still make the perfect Dunkel. They still make that incredibly, I don't know. The only thing I can say is it's still beer. So many of these Dunkels just taste of so many weird things these days that they're trying to emphasize on some sort of things that a Dunkel is supposed to have, which their Dunkel has, but it's still beer. I'm sorry, I get super enthusiastic and super hyped and super whatever when it comes to Weihenstephaner, and every time I drink one, I fall in love all over again.
I think we all do, Sean. You would agree, right?
100%. Like when I was at the store yesterday and I sent that picture, I saw the bottles first, and I was like, "Holy shit, they have all of them!" And then when I looked in the second picture I sent where they actually had the cans, I almost lost my mind, and then I almost lost my mind again because they didn't have any cold. But regardless, so I still bought the warm ones. But I'm dying to try the Hell because the Hellas is technically new.
I haven't had it yet.
It's not the original. They said the original's different than the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so
looking forward to it. I honestly, I think I thought it was going to be the same thing but
I did too.
And
they had the regular Hef in cans. I didn't pick those up because I figured I'd get that whenever. But but you're right. This beer, this brewery gets me excited every single time.
I feel it's like, love at first sight, love at last sight.
Yep.
Well, around the holidays, where I got the glass I have and Sean has, where I got those, it was in a mix pack, and with 5 bottles of Weihenstephaner and a glass, so it's like a big 6-pack sort of thing. And every time I've gotten them, like, I have 5 big ass beers. These will be fine. And like 3 days later, I'm like, where the hell did they go? Because they really just do disappear, and they go down so quickly you don't kind of realize what you're doing.
Yep,
I know they are literally that good, and that is the thing. I like it when a beer. How do I say this without making it sound like a shit thing? I like it when I drink a beer, but I don't remember because it was just part of what I did. It was part of my everything, and it was just there. And that sounds stupid, but
no, I totally get it. Like, I think what you're trying to say is like you could have this beer and you could be outside cutting the grass or just hanging out grilling, right? And you could just drink it and not think about it, or time like this where you can dissect it and just get really beer nerdy on it. But either way, it's great in both situations.
I showed you guys what I had for lunch this afternoon.
Oh, that was great.
That was so fucking awesome. That was amazing. I wish I had had this beer. I drank a Uhrzeit Lager with it, like a Pilsner, which was awesome, not a problem. But this beer would just have been the perfect companion to that. Um, I mean,
Yeah,
eggs
I
themselves aren't
think
really like fatty, but you got that heft to eggs, right? And it would have both complemented it and it would have cut through it straight away.
But
That
I
that
also think because you had the onions and you had the chilies and you had the harissa, all those
yeah,
things, this would have cut right through and been a beautiful accompaniment. I agree with you 100%.
absolutely, absolutely, it would have been amazing. What I know is that I need to make sure that I'm going to get a few more bottles of both this one and the normal Hefeweizen because these are just perfect Saturday evening, Sunday evening, movie watching, cooking,
Yep.
doing chores around the house in the yard beer.
100%.
Beautiful.
It would be interesting to do a side by side, but then I'm also thinking like maybe it wouldn't be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would like to do it, but then I think once you started doing it, you'd be like comparing. It'd be kind of hard to compare because I think it would be such. I don't know. I guess. Well,
It's like choosing your favorite child because you don't have one,
yeah.
but secretly maybe kinda I don't know, but you don't. But you don't. You know, I don't have. No, I don't. Of course, I don't have a. No, so you don't want to compare them.
Well, this is the thing with me and Weihenstephaner is probably much like having kids. Different days, you like one better than the other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I
Yeah,
can guarantee you for a fact that
sometimes
most of the time. Sorry,
sometimes
yeah,
it's
go
a
for it.
Dunkel day, some days it's a Hef day, some days it's a Kristall day, some days it's a Corbinian day, some days it's a Vitas day. You know what I mean? I'm sure some days it's a Hellas day. I don't know. I
So
haven't
you're
had the
just yeah,
Hellas.
so you're just happy you have several of these kids running around, I suppose, and you can kick out the one that you don't need at the moment.
Exactly.
Wait, is that how it works with children? I don't have children. I have no fucking idea.
I only have one, and that's the plan. I don't have to pick and choose. I'm
Oh,
good with that.
that's well thought out, mate. That's well thought out, brother. So I basically gave my final thoughts on the beer. Sean, what are your final thoughts?
I was just thinking this, like everything I said, yeah, I stand behind. This is the more kind of elegant, refined version of the regular Weiss beer, but the Weiss beer is still delicious because it has those extra bits of like yeastiness, those extra bits
Mhm.
of banana. It has a little bit more of a heftier mouthfeel, but then this where I'll end what I was going to say. When anyone says that like a New England IPA, if you make an unfiltered New England IPA or if it's filtered, there's no difference if it's the same brewing process. That's clearly bullshit.
Absolutely.
This fucking proves it. Like,
Absolutely.
this is 5.4%. That's 5.4%. There's probably not that much different of what they're doing other than they're filtering this beer like fuck because it looks gorgeous. It's crystal clear, but there's clearly something. There's difference on the flavor profile. Things are a little bit different. So if anyone complains about that or anyone is arguing that, try this and then try the hef and like you're gonna be it science.
Yeah.
That,
Do the comparison.
yeah.
Do the comparison only for that. Don't try to pick your favorite beer because for me it's impossible to pick a favorite out of the two.
Yeah.
But do it for science. Mike, what are your closing thoughts?
I mean, I sort of think I beat this beer to death. I think I told in one of the last videos we did that this sort of snuck up on me as becoming my favorite Weihenstephaner beer in general.
Absolutely.
It's it may not be, but like it is that good. And I think we all at separate times sort of made the same point that it's a beer that you can kind of break down and have fun with, but it's also one
Mhm.
you can just enjoy in a way you can ignore it. And
Mm-hmm.
and that does sound a little bit like a dig at it, but it is not because like
No.
even something like even if you like it's not like drinking water. It's just you're drinking something that you can sort of enjoy and not have to put too much thought in sometimes. It's beautiful, it's elegant, it's easy to drink, has a gorgeous mouthfeel, has all these great flavors. But it's also sort of delicate and in light enough and easy enough. It would sort of have many applications. You don't just
Mm-hmm.
you can drink it with friends. You can drink it mowing the lawn. You can drink it while grilling. It is not going to interfere with your life. It's going to be a beautiful accompaniment to everything.
And that's the thing though, like, okay, so we're beer tubers, we review beer, but let's just say something differently that you want to enjoy because it tastes nice. Like go for your favorite chips, your favorite potato chips or crisps if you want. Do you analyze every bag that you eat, or after half a bag, or maybe a whole bag, whatever? Are you suddenly aware of, oh my God, I ate it all and it was fantastic and it tasted great and I liked it and that was it? That's what this beer is. That's what this beer is as well. You just crack it open and you enjoy it and you enjoy the flavors without really going into it. And you just, when the bottle is gone, the glass is empty, you suddenly realize, oh my fucking God, that's gone. Mm-hmm. And I liked it. That was awesome. I'll have another.
As a fat guy, I know the bottom of a bag of chips pretty well.
Oh fuck yeah! Same here, dude. Same here. Like I trust me. We have a saying here in the Netherlands where we call them Corona kilos or COVID kilos or pandemic pounds. Definitely gained a few of those. And bag of chips have been plus a few good beers have definitely been part of that. But yeah, no, I get it. But that's a good thing, right? Because it's enjoyment. But it stimulated you and you enjoyed it. And
I think that life is too short to fucking complain about the little things. You know, enjoy while you're here. You know, what's the point of living long if you didn't live at all? You know?
There you go. Agreed. Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse.
Bam.
I can't do that.
Oh yeah, you can, dude. Look at how freaking good looking you are. I need that beard. I am envious of your beard. Not to mention those eyes. I can drown in them. You know
that. You died on your couch right now. I don't know if I can control myself. That's how good your corpse would look.
Ooh, there we go.
If I leaned back, you see my mound of a gut just hanging out. It would not be that attractive.
Guys, that was a beautiful end to a beautiful review. We've been going on for nearly half an hour. This is going to be amazing. I love the ever-loving fuck out of this. Like every time we do this, I have so much fun with you guys.
Corvinian is next.
Corvinian, we're gonna do like much more Hefeweizen. Fucking pick beers, and we'll just review them. We'll do whatever we can, because this was loads of fun, and I really enjoyed it. So if I don't forget, I'll put a link to NerdSense in the description box below. So go check them out, check the reviews, subscribe there, hit all the like buttons on all of their videos. They are amazing. In the description box below. Yes, sorry?
Can anybody make a comment on if there's any beers that are readily available where you are and where we are that they would like us to review together?
Good call.
Do it. Leave comments. What do you want us to review together? Anything. Just look it up. What is available in the United States? What is available in the Netherlands? We'll do it together. And don't think just like standard beers. Think like, I don't know, it's going to be one beer, but for fuck's sake, somebody's sending me a barrel-aged narwhal soon. So it could be something like that as well. Oh. There's American stuff that is available here as well. So, you know, anything. As long as Mike doesn't drink 4 of those.
I would do it. Don't do that to me.
I know you would.
Yeah.
But like I said, description box below, link to the NerdSense channel. Go check them out. Link to all of my social media. Link to the Dutch Beer Collective. Go check out Remy, Gerben, Douglas. Link to mysterybeer.nl, where you can find all the mystery beers that the Dutch Beer Collective does. And we'll see all of you guys in another review soon. And cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.